हेलो एवरीवन, आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 9th हिस्ट्री का चैप्टर नंबर 4 फॉरेस्ट सोसाइटी एंड द कॉलोनियलिज्म। इस वीडियो में हम क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को पढ़ेंगे। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं वीडियो को। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, व्हाट इज डिफॉरेस्टेशन? आंसर, द डिसअपीयरेंस ऑफ फॉरेस्ट इज रेफर्ड टू एज डिफॉरेस्टेशन। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हाउ वाज इंक्रीजिंग पॉपुलेशन responsible for deforestation? Answer, as population increased over the centuries and demand for food went up, peasants extended the boundaries of cultivation, clearing forest and breaking new land. Next question, mention the impact of the disappearing oak forest in England. Answer, disappearing oak forest created a problem of timber supply for the Royal Navy. Next question, why were railways essential for the colonial government? Answer, railways were essential for the colonial trade and for the movement of imperial troops. Next question, the ship industry of England was also responsible for deforestation in India. Give one reason. Answer, due to the high demand, oak forests in England were disappearing. This created a problem of timber supply for the Royal Navy, which required to build ships. To get the supply of oak for the ship industry, Britishers started exploring Indian forest on a massive scale. Next question, how far the plantation agriculture was responsible for deforestation in India? Answer, large areas of natural forest were cleared to make way for tea, coffee, and rubber plantation to meet Europe's growing need for these commodities. The colonial government took over the forest and gave vast areas to European planters at cheap rates. These areas were enclosed and cleared of forest and planted with tea or coffee. Next question, who was Dietrich Brandis? Why he was invited to India? Answer, Dietrich Brandis was a German expert. He was made the first Inspector General of Forest in India. He was invited to India by the Britishers to save the Indian forest. Next question, who set up the Indian Forest Services in India? Answer, Dietrich Brandis. Next question, when was the Imperial Forest Research Institute set up in Dehradun? Answer, 1906. Next question, what was scientific forestry? Answer, in scientific forestry, natural forest which had lots of different types of trees were cut down. In their place, one type of trees was planted in straight rows. This is called a plantation. Forest officials surveyed the forest, estimated the area under different types of trees, and made working plans for the forest management. They planned how much of the plantation area to cut every year. The area cut was then to be replanted so that it was ready to be cut again in some years. Next question, name the act which was enacted to protect the forest. Answer, the Indian Forest Act 1865. Next question, name the categories of forest under the 1878 Forest Act. Answer, reserve forest, protected forest, village forest. Next question, what were reserve forest? Answer, these were the best forests which produced commercially valuable timber. No individual was allowed to access to these forests. Next question, what were forest villages? Answer, the villages which were allowed to stay on in the reserve forest on the condition that work free for the forest department in cutting and transporting trees and protecting the forest from fire were called the forest villages. Next question, what was the basic cause of the rebellion in the forest of Bastar? Answer, rebellion of two-thirds of the forest, reservation of two-thirds of the forest. Next question, what were the result of the Bastar rebellion? Answer, work on reservation was temporarily suspended. Area to be reserved was reduced to roughly half of that planned before 1910. Next question, where is Bastar located? Answer, Bastar is located in the southernmost part of Chhattisgarh and borders of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh. Next question, name any two local communities of Bastar. Answer, Maria Gond, Muria Gonds, Dhruvas, Vartas. Next question, who was Gundadur? Answer, he was a tribal leader of the Dhruvas of the Kangar forest. The tribal people revolted against the unjust forest policies of the British under his able leadership. Next question, mention any two factors which prompted the people of Bastar to rebel against the Britishers. Answer, the British government's decision to reserve two-thirds of the forest to ban shifting cultivation. Next question, who was Surantiko Samin? Answer, he was the tribal leader who was responsible for launching the Samin movement against the Dutch government. He argued that the state had not created wind, water, earth, and wood, so it could not own it. Next question, what was Blenkingston's system? Answer, under this system, the Dutch exempted some villages from the rent on land if they worked collectively to provide free labor and buffaloes for cutting and transporting timber. Later, instead of rent exemption, forest villagers were given small wages, but their right to cultivate forest was restricted. Next question, which new trade was created due to the introduction of new forest laws? Answer, collecting latex from wild rubber trees. Next question, name the communities living in Bastar. Answer, Maria and Muriagons, Dhruvas, Bhartas and Halwas. Next question, who was Dietrich Brandis? Answer, Dietrich Brandis was a German forest expert whom the colonial government invited for advice and made him the first Inspector General of Forest in India. Next question, the forest management in Java was under the answer, Dutch. Next question, after the Forest Act was enacted in 1865, answer, it was amended twice. Next question, who were Kalangs of Java? Answer, skilled forest cutters and shifting cultivators. Next question, what are wooden planks lay across railway tracks to hold these tracks in a position called? Answer, sleepers. Next question, why did the government decide to ban shifting cultivation? Answer, because when a forest was burnt, there was the danger of destroying valuable timber. Next question, which type of trees were preferred by the forest department? Answer, the trees, those are suitable for building ships and railways. Next question, Indian Forest Service was set up in the year? Answer, 1864. Next question, in shifting cultivation, sheets are sown? Answer, after cleaning and burning the forest land. Next question, give any two local terms for Sweden agriculture. Answer, Dhaya, Penda, Jhum, Kumri. Any two you will write. Next question, villagers were punished for? Answer, grazing cattle in young stands and cutting wood without a permit or travelling on forest roads with horse, carts or cattle. Next question, which forest community is found in central India? Answer, Boigas. Next question, A British administrator killed 400 tigers. His name was answer George Yule. Next question. The tribes recruited to work on tea plantation were answer Santalas and Orons from Jharkhand and Gonds from Chhattisgarh. Next question. The Imperial Forest Research Institute was set up at answer Dehradun. Next question. Why cure mahua trees precious? Answer. Mahua trees are precious because they are an essential part of village livelihood. Next question. What were sadie creepers used for? Answer. They were used to make ropes. Next question. Name the three categories of forest as mentioned in the Act of 1878. Answer. Three categories were reserved, protected, and bleached forest. Next question. Which species of trees were promoted for the building of ships or railways? Answer. Teak and sal species were promoted for the building of ships or railways. Next question. What was the effect of Forest Act on the people living nearby? Answer. People were forced to steal wood from the forest, and if they were caught, they were at the mercy of the forest guards who would take bribes from them. Next question. What steps were taken under the new scheme of scientific forestry? Answer. Natural forests which had different types of trees were cut down. In their place, one type of trees were planted. Next question. What was the main cause of worry for the people of Bastar? Answer. People of Bastar were most worried because the colonial government proposed to reserve 2/3 of the forest in 1905 and stop shifting cultivation, hunting and collection of forest produce. Next question. What do you mean by the reserve forest? Answer. The 1878 Act divided forest into three categories: reserve, protected, and bleached forest. The best forests are called reserve forest. Villagers could not take anything from these forests even for their own use. For house building or fuel, they could take wood from protected or village forest.